I really was foreign to them, but they were foreign to me because I didn't understand how we have the same skin, and I'm getting made fun of my fro, my natural hair, and I put all that pain into my artwork. This is why I do go extreme with my artwork.
Welcome to the Artist Connection, brought to you by Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing. My name is Fred Robinson. Thank you for joining us. We have Milwaukee local artist Hannaan Bilal. Hello, Miss Bilal. How are you?
I'm good, Mr. Robinson. How are you?
I'm great. I appreciate you participating in this interview. As we've been doing for the last year now, we've asked local artists to sit with us so we can learn a little more about you. So first, I want to ask you about yourself. You local?
Yes, I'm local. I just graduated from UW Milwaukee. My major was community arts. Yes, I just started my own art businesses, and basically, I'm more of a vendor. I vendor all around the city, mainly in the inner city.
Okay. So now you mentioned your education. Tell us a little bit about it.
Education, pros and cons with that.
Okay.
Going to a PWI school, I had to say I met a lot of challenging situations as far as with the racism, dealing with, professors not being used to, certain professors not being used to teaching kids of color, students of color, or black students. So, or witnessing or being around using microaggression against students of color. So it was a lot of cons with that, but the pros were that I appreciate the Pet School of Arts. That's where all my happiness, joyful, educational events, times that I enjoyed, especially with the art professors, like Professor Angie Pill, who mentored me on my pieces, and Professor Charles and a couple more professors, but I enjoyed my time just even being a student in the art school, in the art department, because I learned a lot. Okay.
Now, are you still in school, or is that something that you've done?
I am done, but at the same time, they're kind of holding my diploma based off of money. You know how that go. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now your name. Can you give a little explanation of what your name stands for?
My name means beautiful and compassionate. It's Arabic. My daddy named me because he's Muslim, coming from an Islamic affiliated family, and 5%er. My mom's 5%er, and my name. I'm named after my grandparents, Hank and Ann. And so my dad put that together. And also it's like a female version of Hannibal the warrior, from Carthage, Tunisia. Carthage, Tunisia, excuse me. And, yeah.
Beautiful and passionate.
Yeah, beautiful and compassionate.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay. So, we're going to have a few questions for you. Yeah. So just, give us what you got, be honest, and, we're looking forward to learning a little bit more about you. So
you want honesty, right?
Yeah, I would love it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So can you give us a little history about your background and and if you're professionally trained?
Professionally trained, I have to say semi-pro. The reason being because I was always around other mentors. I did my service learning with 5 Points Art Gallery for Team Alaster.
Okay.
And at the time, my mentor was Ras Amar Nusar. Okay. So I learned a lot from him, and then Della Wells. And then I had a lot of mentors in my life. So I have to say semi-pro. I'm not all the way there yet because I'm still working. So I'm still a rookie.
Okay.
As far as my background, been drawing since I was 3.
Really?
Yeah. When you have a parent that sits back and watch their children and see what they're good at, that lady over there, she was always watching me like, this child draw all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's indebted. I mean, I have a cousin that was a painter and a pioneer. God bless her soul. And my great grandmother on my grandfather's side, she was a painter. Great uncle painter. My dad, an artist, a master tailor. So it's in my blood.
Okay. It sounds like you've had that support ever since you were a young lady.
Yeah, and my mom, she does like glass on like decor. So I mean, I can't get away from it.
Right. Yeah, you named a few artists too, the great artists in the community. So yeah, you have the support. So what do you?
Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing open for all of your art needs. Located at 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue, open Mondays through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now featuring African American and contemporary artwork for local, national, and international artists. Your local shop for masks and statuettes, mud cloths, royal cloths, and salt lamps. Call 414-444-5166 or follow their Facebook. Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing, 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue.
We're pretty much mid-year now, 2023.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, it's moving fast, honey. So with that said, what does your year look like in regards to your art? Do you have any shows planned or?
Unexpectedly, I can't say all the way because I'm going to ruin the surprise, but I have a few surprises, and me and my mentor are working on some events right now. So
okay. Now I know you mentioned a few mentors. Which mentor is this?
It's Faith Coles.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, we're familiar with Faith. Great lady, like I mentioned to you
Always,
earlier.
yes.
Yeah. So, just next question. What is your biggest challenge as a young female artist, specifically young female African American artist?
Shoot. Not following the rules, being abstract, being different, walking to my own beat where everybody else is doing the same thing, and then facing obstacles and trials, tribulations in my life. But that's what makes my story. So I have a good time to tell my story from pain, things that I went through.
Now, would you say you do that within your art?
Within my art.
Yeah.
Some people use a pen to write their stories. I use my paintbrush or glass or ceramics, whatever, and I put in my artwork because doing something productive will make a person stronger. So instead of me doing some stupid, outlandish people I went to school with, I don't have time for that. So I'd rather do something productive and make myself proud, make my family proud. You know, I have my grandmother is watching over me in heaven, so I know what I need to do while I'm here on this earth.
Okay. So you have an outlet for those challenges.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, would you say those challenges are just because you're a young African American woman, or do you have challenges that you may have that's just you being an artist, or is it all combined?
Number one, being an Afro-American woman, it's always going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
Because I read a lot, but just seeing things turn on television, see social injustice, especially what happened to that young man on the train who got choked, situations like that, or seeing Black women not being protected from millions of situations, rape, abuse, or just some type of challenge you got to deal with at school or in your job with your hair, stuff like that. And I dealt those kind of situations in my life.
Okay.
Especially growing up, I always wore natural hair, my fro. My mother never put a perm in my head.
All right.
Even though it was always nothing worse than bias among each other, among your own. And I was one of them kids that was always pro-Black It was taught to me be pro-black and come from an Afrocentric family. So I didn't know nothing about being a house Negro. I didn't know nothing about being a hush Negro. That wasn't taught to me.
Right.
And then going to school, kids that looked like me, I thought it was foreign. I was foreign to them, but I thought that I really was foreign to them, but they were foreign to me because I didn't understand how we have the same skin. And I'm getting made fun of my fro, of my natural hair. And I put all that pain into my artwork. And this is why I do go extreme with my artwork as far as being a black artist, because I take those experiences and it made me stronger. And God, he took it and flipped it. Now we got the Crown Act as a law. So it's a personal thing too when I do my artwork, because I put all that energy into my artwork to talk about, you know, natural black hair or history, culture, things that we're doing with now compared to the past. So I look at that as a reflection. But I do thank my parents for raising me and my sister to be mentally free. And people I went to school with, unfortunately, they weren't taught the things that I was taught.
Right.
But I'm sure they get it now because of things that we're dealing with now. So
Right.
best luck to them.
Yes, indeed. Now, what are some of the great advantages of being a young black artist in the community?
Run into, actually, like working with other black artists, seeing black owned businesses like yourselves, like, you know, like you guys, when I vendor at a black owned event, I see another black owner that has their businesses and their cars, and it just makes me proud because we're both doing something right. We're both accredited to our race. So I'm like, okay, great.
Inspiration.
And then, yes, inspiration.
Yeah.
So we like pushing each other.
Right.
Like, or right now you're pushing me, you know. So I thank you and I thank Ms. Faith. I thank a lot of people that give me this opportunity that look like me, that's in great positions, higher positions, and still not to forget the young black youth like myself and other artists.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, just keep on moving forward.
Right.
Yeah, keep on moving forward. So,
Right.
so can you tell us the best piece of advice you have been given to help you grow as an artist and as a young woman, and who's giving you this advice?
Ah, man, so many.
If so, give a few. Give us a few.
Miss Faith saying that, okay, just do your best, be the best you can be. My mom, show them who you are. My mother always told me, show them who you are. You know how I raised you. Miss Rhonda, be your beautiful self. And my Professor Angie Pill, tell them your story.
Okay. Yeah. Now, any artists, have you connected with any artists and they've given you some great advice as a young black artist?
Yeah. Rasamar Nusar in the past.
Okay.
It was like, make them feel, you know, the real you, you know. Don't copy off of nobody. Just put your work and your ideas in it. And
be original.
The original.
Yeah,
be original. Yeah. He always said that. He said, just be original. You know, you don't want to be known for doing this just like that person. Tell your story, but tell it right. And then not only that, to draw and have your own style of drawing. Don't draw like everybody else. Right. If you draw like everybody else, then it's going to get boring.
The Artist Connection podcast was generated from many conversations with local artists around the lack of opportunity to showcase their talent. Here at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing, we recognize our local talent and strive to connect artists with the community. Please enjoy this opportunity to hear from local artists and learn more about what inspires their work.
Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing specializes in custom framing, printing on canvas, and selling contemporary and African American art, all housed in our 3,000 square foot art gallery. We are centrally located in Milwaukee at 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue. We recognize local artists and strive to connect local talent with the community. We're asking for your support. Contact us to find out how you can help sponsor the work we're doing to highlight local artists in our community.